So, part one of my series on how to get the rental property you want. I like to compare looking for a rental property as very similar to looking for a job. The same sort of rules apply. So, my first tip is to try and get yourself known to the property manager, particularly if the property is in high demand. It can be really difficult for us to remember who is who. I had one recently that the application was good, but there was no photo ID, so I couldn't even match up who that person was with who I might have remembered from the open inspection. So sometimes it's not possible to actually have a conversation with the property manager because it's busy. But if you can't fit in a conversation, at least use photo ID, please. That helps us so dramatically so we can try and remember who's who. Because the actual process really starts with the open inspection. So how you're conducting yourself, whether you're polite, any questions that you might ask, we're already judging you, unfortunately. So it's the same as if you walk into a job interview. How you treat the receptionist is going to be noted. So, if you're rude to the receptionist, that's going to be passed along to the hiring manager. So being very mindful of how you behave is certainly another tip. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes people are rude. But really, try and get yourself known. We are dealing with a lot of people at any given time, and it can be really difficult to try and remember who is who. So use photo ID, or have a valid reason to speak to the property manager and get your name across. Good luck. Part two of my series in how to win the rental property you want. So I'm going to talk about applications briefly. My biggest tip, have it ready to go. So if you're looking at a property on a Wednesday night, I highly recommend that your application profile is already set up, ready to go, and the moment you view the property, you like the property, send it across. So typically a property manager will then check all the applications that have come in overnight the next morning, because we want to get an answer back to everyone as soon as possible. So every property manager is different, so please read the ad. It will usually be in there what the property manager would prefer. There are a number of platforms that we all use, so To Apply, Tenant Options, I think Ignite is another one. You can pretty much copy paste your info across all of them, have 3 tabs open, ensure that all of your supporting documents are uploaded, you're ready to go. That will stand you in good stead, because we're not going to wait for applications to come in if the property is in high demand. We're just going to start processing, because people usually have them in before the open even. So those people are waiting for a reply. So we're not trying to move fast to disadvantage you, but we've got other people waiting. So have it ready to go. Ensure everything is in there. We're not going to follow you up if you're missing any information. Use photo ID. Identification is really important, both front and back of your driver's license or identification card or passport. They're really crucial to have. Any cover letters that you have, upload them. Usually you can upload a separate document. Most of the platforms will also allow you to write a intro to your application. Most people don't use them. Put something. Part 3 of my series in how to win the rental property that you want. Let's talk cover letters. Just like you write a cover letter for a job, when you do that, you're explaining to the employer why they should interview you over anyone else. A cover letter for a rental property does the same thing. We meet so many people, particularly if it's busy, we can't remember everyone. So having a cover letter not only helps you stand out, because these are still just not being used as often as they should, and it's a really simple tip. Most people perhaps don't know what to write in a cover letter. It's very similar to a job interview. So you want to talk about who you are, what you like to do in your own time, what you do for a living, any pets if you have them. Let the owner and the property manager get to know who you are as a person. This is such an easy tip, and it's not used very often, but it makes a world of difference. And I've seen some fantastic cover letters in the years, but I might get one cover letter for every 20 to 30 applications. So really simple process, write a cover letter, submit that along with your application. Good luck. Part 4 of how to win the rental property you want. We're going to talk about affordability. So for many, many years, we've used a very rough guide of 30%. So the rent shouldn't be more than 30% of your income. Now things have changed. Obviously, the market's increased. This just isn't practical anymore. So sometimes there is a need to go to 35, 40, 45. What you need to explain to the property manager is how you are going to support yourself given that you are slightly overextended in your affordability. So any other means of income, whether you have savings, things like that, in order for us to not discredit the fact that you're possibly overextending yourself. We don't want to see anyone put into a situation where they don't have enough money to pay their bills and buy food. So we're not coming at this trying to exclude anyone. It's a ethics thing. We can't put people into a property if they're at 60% affordability. That wouldn't be fair on them and would likely end in tears and arrears. So calculate what your income is versus the rent of the property that you're looking for. Be aware of that and find ways you can mitigate that if you aren't meeting that 30%. Good luck. Part 5 of my series in how to win the rental property you want. It is a numbers game. There are not enough houses for how many people are looking for a property, and if you're looking in very specific areas, the numbers get even smaller. So get to as many properties as you want. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Get your applications in on everything. We know as property managers that good tenants get snapped up, and we know that good tenants are applying for multiple properties. So we will move as fast as we can on the applications in order to secure a good tenant. So being prepared, having all that application in ready is really, really crucial. But ensuring that you have multiple options to choose from will also change your energy and how you approach this search. So make sure that you're expanding your search as much as you can. Get to all of the opens. Get as many applications in as you can, and you'll have success in no time. Good luck.